Welcome back to DRAWPEDIA tutorials. Today I'm gonna teach you how to draw Thanos. If you are new to this channel, be sure to like, subscribe and comment below. I'm gonna draw on my Wacom tablet, but you can follow my tutorials with any other media that you have, whether it's pencil color, Sharpie or crayon. Now first of all, I'm gonna draw a curved line across for the top of his head. Turn it diagonally down and out on both ending points. Curved line downwards on both sides. From the ending point on the left, diagonal line across to the middle of that shape and slightly downwards. Mirror that same diagonal line on the right side. Inside of that shape, off center to the right, I'm going to draw a line upwards and flare it slightly out. Turn it diagonally inwards to the left. Turn it upwards all the way to the top of his head. On the right side of that set of line, I'm going to draw from the lower point. Curved line upwards all the way to the top of his head. In between the two set of line at the lower point, I'm going to draw a diagonal line across at that corner and another similar line above that. Above that diagonal line, curved line upwards from the middle point. Turn it diagonally to the left and upwards to the upper point of his head. Mirror the whole thing on the left side. On the left side of that, at the lower point, a short line downwards, sharp turn diagonally up to the left, semicircle turn to the left, diagonal curved line across to the right and downwards at that corner, curl it out to the right, curved line downwards and flare it slightly out to the left, turn it back inwards to the right at the lower point, a short line across to the left, turn it diagonally up to the left, and at that point curved line upwards all the way to the top left corner of his head. At the top left corner of his head, diagonal curved line across to the right and upwards, sharp turn downwards at that corner. Inside of that shape, I'm going to draw from the upper tip, diagonal curved line downwards to the left, semicircle turn downwards all the way to that point. And inside of that shape, I'm going to trace the same curved line along the edge on the right side right here. And in the middle of that line, a short line across to the right. And from that same point, diagonal curved line upwards to the left. Above that, from the outer corner of his eye, I'm going to draw a curved line downwards at that corner. Turn it diagonally out to the right. And on the left side of that, a curved line downwards at that corner. Mirror the whole thing on the right side. At the inner corner of his helmet, off center to the right, I'm going to draw his nose with a short line downwards. Mirror that same short line on the left corner. And below that, I'm going to draw a small U curved line in the middle. Turn it across to the right and slightly up. And at the outer corner of that, curved line downwards and curl it to the middle of his nose at the low point. Mirror that same set of shape on the left side. At the outer corner of his nose, curved line diagonally down and out on both the left and right. Now for his eye, I'm going to draw from the inner corner a line across to the right. Turn it diagonally downwards on the right corner. For the lower line of his eye, I'm going to draw from the same inner corner, curved line across to the right at this lower point. Inside of the eye, I'm going to draw a small circular shape in the middle point for his pupil. Below the eye, I'm going to draw his eye back with a curved line across from the inner corner to the right and stretch it downwards in the middle point. And below that, from the inner corner, a short diagonal line downwards and out at that point. Mirror the same shape of his eye on the left side. Now below his nose, I'm going to draw his mouth from the left corner, curved line across to the right and slightly upwards in the middle point. From the same corner on the left, I'm going to draw his upper lips with diagonal line across to the right and up. Turn it downwards to the middle point of his lips. Mirror that same set of line on the right side. Below that, I'm going to draw a curved line across for his lower lips at that point. Below that, I'm going to draw his chin with a line across in the middle point. Turn it diagonally upwards on both the left and right side. Above the chin from the middle, a line upwards to his lower lips right there. And at the outer corner of that, I'm going to draw another line up on the right. Turn it slightly to the left and turn it up. Repeat that same set of line again at the outer corner on the right. And another one at that point. Mirror that same set of line on the right side of his chin. And above his upper lips at the outer corner, curved line upwards. Turn it diagonally up to the outer point of his eye. And on the right side of that, another curved line diagonally up to the left above his lips to that outer corner of his nose. Mirror that same set of line on the right side of his face. Below his head on the right, diagonal line downwards and out at that corner. A short line downwards, curved line diagonally down to the left to the top of his armor. Curved line diagonally up to the left at that point. Semi-turn upwards. Turn it back diagonally to the right. At that ending point, curved line downwards and slightly to the left. Sharp turn diagonally up to the right. Turn it upwards and slightly to the right. Sharp turn downwards at that corner. Turn it diagonally down to the left. Semi-turn to the right and short line downwards. On the right side of that, diagonal line upwards to the right and to his chin. And on the right side of that, a short diagonal line upwards to the right at that corner. Continue that line on the other side to the side of his neck. And on the right side of that, repeat that same set of line again. And on the right side of that, two diagonal curved line across to the right at that corner. On the right side of that whole thing, I'm going to draw his gauntlet with curved line across to the right. Turn it downwards and slightly to the right on both ending points. And at the ending point below, curved line across from the left to the right. And inside of that shape, I'm going to repeat that same curved line across in the middle point. And slightly below that, another one. Repeat that same shape of the finger again on the right corner. And again on the right side of that. And another one at that corner. Below the finger on the left, I'm going to draw an oval shape on his knuckle right there. And at the outer corner of that oval shape, I'm going to draw another oval shape along the edge. Repeat that same set of oval shape on each fingers. And in between between those set of oval shape, I'm going to draw a small circle at this upper corner. And below that whole thing in the middle, I'm going to draw another set of oval shape and bigger at that corner. Below that whole thing on the left, I'm going to align downwards at the side of his hand. Flare it slightly out to the left diagonally down. Curve line across to the right and slightly downwards. Turn it diagonally up to the right, across to the right. Turn it back diagonally down to the right with a short line. Across to the right and diagonally up. And slightly above that set of line, I'm going to trace the same outline along the edge on his wrist right there. And on the right corner, turn it diagonally up to the left. Turn it diagonally up to the right and back downwards to the right. On the right side of that whole thing, I'm going to draw a U-curve line at this lower point. Turn it upwards on both ending points. Turn it diagonally out to the right at the upper corner. Same is going to turn downwards from the ending point above to the ending point below. On the right side of that whole thing, from the upper corner, curve line downwards and out to the right. Turn it downwards, turn it back inwards diagonally with a curve line. Inside of that shape on the right, I'm going to draw a curve line downwards at that corner. At the side of his finger on the right, I'm going to draw a short line downwards to the knuckle, and at the side of the knuckle, diagonal line downwards to the right at that corner. Below his wrist on the left, curve line downwards at that corner. Turn it diagonally across to the right and slightly down. Turn it diagonally up to the right. Turn it diagonally up to the left with a short line. Turn it upwards. Inside of that shape, I'm going to trace the same outline along the edge. And I'm going to mirror that same shape on the right side of his hand. In between those two shapes, on the left, diagonal line upwards to the right. Same is going to turn to the right and turn it back diagonally downwards to the right. Above that line, I'm going to draw two lines upwards in the middle point. Below that whole thing, I'm going to draw on the left side a line downwards. Flare it out diagonally to the left. Turn it downwards. Turn it diagonally down to the right. Across to the right. Mirror that same set of line on the right side. Inside of that shape, I'm going to trace the same outline along the edge at this left corner and at this lower point, and on the right side as well. Inside of that shape, I'm going to draw off center to the left, a line downwards and slightly to the right at that corner. Flare it back out to the left and downwards. Turn it diagonally down to the right. Across to the right. Turn it up. Turn it diagonally up to the left. Turn it upwards. Short line diagonally up to the right. Short line diagonally up to the left. Turn it upwards. Turn it diagonally up to the right. Turn it upwards and slightly to the left. Mirror that same set of line on the right side. In the center of those two set of lines, I'm going to align upwards from the lower point, and at that corner, I'm going to draw a V shape and an upside down V shape above that, and above that whole thing, align upwards in the middle point, and at that corner, I'm going to draw a V shape across. At the outer corner of that whole thing, I'm going to draw a diagonal curve line across to the right and slightly up. Same is going to turn upwards with a curved line and slightly to the left. Inside of that shape, I'm going to draw at the lower point a diagonal curve line across at that corner. And above that, I'm going to draw a line upwards, off center to the right here, and slightly to the left. Repeat that same line again on the right side of that. Mirror the whole thing on the left side of the gauntlet. From the left side of his neck, I'm going to draw a curved line outwards to the side of his armor. Extend it outwards with a curved line to the shoulder point. Turn it diagonally downwards with a short line to the left. Turn it downwards. Curved line diagonally down to the right. Turn it downwards and slightly to the right. A short line across to the right at that corner. Turn it upwards and slightly to the right. Turn it across to the right and slightly upwards. Turn it diagonally upwards to the right at that corner. Inside of that shape, in the middle, I'm going to draw a curved line downwards from this upper corner to the lower point right there. And on the right side of that, from the lower point, a line upwards and slightly to the right at that point. Curved line across to the right and diagonally up. Repeat that same set of line again at this lower point. And I'm gonna mirror that same set of line on the left side of his armor. Below that whole thing on the left, curved line downwards, turn it inwards at this lower point. Sharp turn upwards, curved line diagonally up to the right, curved line across to the right. Inside of that, from the lower point on the left, curved line diagonally up to the left at that point, and on the right side of that, a line upwards and slightly to the left, semicircular turn to the left, diagonal curved line upwards to the left, turn it diagonally up to the right. On the right side, curved line across and similar to the left, turn it across to the right and slightly down, turn it diagonally upwards to the right at that corner. Above that ending point, from the upper shape, a line downwards at that corner, turn it diagonally out to the right and slightly down, and at that ending point, curved line upwards and flared slightly out, turn it back inwards to the right. At the side of his hand, I'm going to draw a curved line across to the left, turn it diagonally down to the left. And above that line, I'm going to draw a curved line upwards on the left corner right there. Repeat that same line upwards again on the right side of that. From the middle of his armor on the right, a short line diagonally up to the right at that point, semicircular turn to the right, turn it diagonally up to the right, turn it upwards, sideways to the left and slightly upwards. Below that whole thing on the right, I'm going to draw a diagonal curved line across to the right at that corner, turn it diagonally up to the right, semicircular turn across to the right and diagonally downwards, curl it out to his gauntlet at the outer corner. Below that ending point, a short diagonal line downwards to the left, curved line across to the left, turn it diagonally across to the left and upwards at that corner. Extend it upwards. Above that line, semicircular turn diagonally up to the right. Above that ending point, another diagonal line downwards to the left at that corner. Below that whole thing on the left, I'm going to draw a curved line downwards and slightly to the right at that corner, turn it downwards. And on the right side of that, I'm going to repeat that same set of line again at that corner. Mirror that same set of shape on the right side. And in between those two shapes, I'm going to align across at this upper corner in the middle. Turn it diagonally up and slightly out on both sides. Below that, I'm going to draw in the middle point, a short line across, short line diagonally upwards on both sides. Turn it sideways to the outer corner. Repeat that same set of line again at this lower point, and another one below that. Slightly below that, I'm going to repeat that same set of line again at that corner. Below that whole thing, I'm gonna repeat that same shape again and slightly to the left for the top of his belt. Turn it downwards on both sides. Turn it diagonally down to the middle. Short line downwards on both sides and a line across from the left to the right ending point. Inside of that shape on the top left corner, off center to the left, I'm going to draw a diagonal line downwards to the right, across to the right, turn it back diagonally upwards to the right. On the right side of the buckle, I'm going to draw a line across to the right and slightly up. And at that ending point, I'm going to draw a diagonal line downwards to the left, turn it downwards with a short line, turn it diagonally down to the right, turn it across to the right, short line up, turn it diagonally up to the left, turn it upwards, short line diagonally up to the right, short line upwards, curved line across to the ending point on the left. Inside of that shape, I'm going to draw in the middle point above, diagonal line downwards to the left, a short line downwards, diagonal line downwards to the right. On the right side of that whole thing, curved line across to the right at that corner, turn it downwards, extend it down, short line across to the left, a line upwards, short line across to the right. On the left side of that, I'm going to draw a curved line across in the middle point to the left. Above that whole thing on the right, a short line upwards at that corner, across to the left and turn it diagonally downwards to the left. Above that, a diagonal line upwards in the middle point right there. At the side of his tummy, off center to the right, I'm going to draw a diagonal line upwards to the right at that corner. And below that, a similar line diagonally up. And in the middle point, turn it up, turn it diagonally upwards to the right. Below that, a diagonal curved line upwards to the right at that corner. Below his belt on the right, I'm going to draw a line downwards at that corner, flare it out to the right, turn it sideways to the left, turn it diagonally up with a short line to the left, a line upwards all the way back to his belt at the inner corner. Inside of that shape, at the lower point on the left, a short line across to the right, short line downwards, sideways to the right. On the left side of the buckle, I'm going to draw a line downwards from the upper point, turn it diagonally down to the right, across to the right, turn it diagonally up to the right, turn it upwards. Below that set of line on the left, a line downwards at that corner, and another line downwards on the right corner right there. Below that ending point, I'm going to draw a line diagonally down to the middle on both sides, a line across in the middle point. Repeat that same set of line again at this lower point. Turn it upwards on both sides. Below that whole thing on the left, a short line downwards at that corner, and below that ending point, slightly to the right, diagonal line across to the left and up, a short line upwards, sideways to the left and turn it downwards. Turn it diagonally downwards to the right, a short line downwards, turn it diagonally down to the right and turn it up. Above that shape, I'm going to draw a line upwards on the left corner, and I'm going to mirror that same set of shape on the right side. At the upper corner, turn it diagonally up and out on the right there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the left with a short line. Turn it upwards and inwards to the right. A short line across to the right. On the left side of that shape, I'm gonna draw a short line out at that corner. Curve line downwards and flare it out to the left. Turn it back diagonally inwards to the right. And a line downwards to his knee at that corner. Below that ending point, slightly to the right, I'm going to draw a curved line across to the left. Turn it upwards, sideways to the left with a short line. Curved line downwards and flare it slightly out. Turn it back diagonally inwards to the right. Turn it across to the right and to the back of his knee. Above that ending point, I'm going to draw a curved line across from the right to the left. Same is going to turn upwards at that corner, across to the left. Turn it downwards and slightly to the left, across to the left, curved line upwards at that corner. On the right side of that line, I'm going to draw a curved line across in the middle point right there. Below that whole thing, I'm going to draw a line across at that corner. Turn it downwards on the left and turn it diagonally down to the right on the right corner. Above that shape, I'm going to draw on the right side, curved line across at the inner line of his leg. Turn it upwards and flare it out to the right. On the left side of that line, curved line across to the left at that corner. Turn it downwards and slightly to the left. Below that, on the right, curved line downwards at that corner. And below that, I'm going to draw his calf with curved line downwards and slightly flare it out. Turn it back inwards to his ankle point and flare it back out below the ankle point. Turn it downwards at that corner, across to the left. Turn it diagonally up to the left at the front part of the ankle, across to the left. A short diagonal line upwards to the left at that corner. Curved line upwards and slightly inwards to the right. Turn it back outwards diagonally to the left at the upper point. Inside of that shape, from the lower point on the left, a line across to the right at that corner. Turn it diagonally down to the right, across to the right. Above that ending point, from the back of his leg, a line downwards at that corner. A short line across to the left. Turn it diagonally upwards to the left. Below that ending point, I'm going to draw a curved line upwards to that ending point. Extend it diagonally upwards to the right. Turn it diagonally up to the left. Turn it upwards. Short line across to the right. Turn it downwards. Turn it diagonally down to the right. Short line downwards and curved line across to the right. Below that whole thing on the right, I'm going to draw his heels with a line at that corner. Turn it across to the left and diagonally down. Turn it across to the left and slightly up. Turn it back slightly downwards to the left. A short line downwards at that corner. Curved line across to the left and to the front tip of his shoe. At the front tip of the shoe, I'm going to turn it upwards. Semi-square turn with a curved line to the right. A line across to the right and slightly down. Semi-square turn downwards with a curved line. Across to the right. Turn it diagonally up to the right. Turn it slightly down to the right. Diagonal line upwards to the right at the back of the shoe. Repeat that same diagonal line again on the right corner. And from the ending point below, a line across to the right at that point. Above the base of the shoe in the middle, I'm going to draw a diagonal curved line upwards to the left at that corner. Turn it diagonally downwards to the left. Inside of that shape, from the upper left corner, a line across at that point to the right. Short line upwards to the right. Diagonal curved line downwards to the right at that point. On the left side of that, from the base, a line upwards at that corner. Sideways to the left. Now for his right leg, below the belt on the right, curved line across at that corner. And at the ending point of that line on the left, curved line downwards and slightly to the left. Turn it diagonally down to the left. Semi-square turn downwards and to the right. And above that shape at the inner corner of his leg, curved line diagonally up at that corner. Below that whole thing, I'm going to draw his knee pad with a short line across on the left corner. turn it downwards, across to the right, turn it upwards, a short line across to the right, turn it downwards and flare it slightly out to the right, semi-turn to the right. Curve line downwards and flare it slightly out at that corner. Turn it back diagonally inwards to his ankle point and flare it slightly out on his ankle point to the right. A short line across to the left at that corner. Turn it diagonally up to the left. Curve line across to the left at that corner. Turn it back diagonally down on the left. A short line across to the left. Turn it diagonally inwards and up to the right. Flare it back outwards and up to his calf on the left corner. Curve line upwards and diagonally to the right. Above that ending point, curve line upwards and slightly flared out to the left. Inside of that shape from the top left corner, diagonal line downwards to the right. Curve line across to the right. Turn it diagonally upwards with a curve line to the right. Above that set of line from the left, a line upwards at that corner, across to the right, turn it diagonally down to the right. Below that whole thing, from the side of his calf, a line upwards at that point, turn it diagonally up to the right, turn it upwards, short line across to the right, turn it downwards at that corner, diagonal line downwards to the left, turn it downwards with a curved line, turn it diagonally down to the left. Slightly above the lowest point of that shape, I'm going to trace the same line along the edge at this lower point. Below that whole thing, I'm going to draw his foot on the left with a line downwards and another line downwards on the right side. Below that, I'm going to draw an arch curve line from the left to the right, semi-turn downwards on both sides to the base of the boots. And for the base of the boots from the left, curve line across to the ending point on the right. Slightly above that shape on the left, I'm gonna draw a diagonal curve line upwards to the right and to the middle of his foot right there. A short line downwards, across to the right. Turn it up, diagonal curve line downwards to the right. Above his knee pad in the middle, I'm gonna draw a line across at that corner. And above that, I'm going to draw on the left a short line across to the right at that corner. Turn it upwards diagonally to the right. Semi-turn to the right. Curve line upwards at the outer corner of his thigh. And inside of that shape from the left, a short line across to the right. Turn it diagonally upwards to the right with a curve line. Curve line across to the right. Below that line, I'm going to draw in the middle point a line downwards, curve line across to the right. Below that whole thing on the right, I'm going to draw a line downwards, across to the left, semi-turn diagonally downwards to his knee pad. Below that shape on the right, curve line downwards and slightly to the left. Flare it back out to the right below the knee pad. On the left side of that line, some curve lines across to the left at that space right there. Now for his left arm, at the side of his shoulder, a short line out to the left at that corner. Turn it downwards, sideways to the right. Below that, a curve line downwards on the left corner. Curve line across to the right and turn it back diagonally upwards to the right. Inside of that shape at the lower right corner, curve line diagonally up to the left, turn it upwards, turn it diagonally across to the right and up. Below that, on the left, curve line diagonally down to the right, curve line across to the right. Repeat that same curve line again at this lower point. And at the ending point on the left, turn it upwards. On the right side of that, from the lower point, diagonal line upwards to the right. Turn it upwards, turn it diagonally up to the left. Repeat that same set of line again on the right side right here, and another one on the right side of that. Now below that on the left, curve line downwards and slightly to the left. Turn it diagonally down to the right, short line downwards at that corner. On the left side of that, I'm going to draw a short line out at this upper point, turn it downwards, turn it out to the left, turn it downwards, turn it diagonally down to the right, turn it downwards and slightly to the left at that corner, turn it across to the right, curve line diagonally upwards to the right and to the inner corner of his wrist, turn it upwards at the inner corner of his arm, flare it out and turn it back up, turn it across to the left and diagonally across, turn it upwards at that corner, turn it diagonally up to the left. From the inner corner of the gauntlet on the right, I'm going to draw another curve line across at this upper corner to the left and slightly up. Semi-turn diagonally upwards to the left. Below that, another curve line across to the middle of his gauntlet at that corner. And above that line, in the middle point, I'm going to draw 2 lines upwards at that corner. And from the upper point of the gauntlet, I'm going to draw a line downwards in the middle point, all the way to his wrist, right there. Below his wrist, at the inner corner, a short line downwards. Flare it out with curve line, turn it downwards, turn it diagonally down to the right, short line downwards, across to the left, turn it diagonally upwards to the left. Below that, a line downwards at the inner corner of his thumb, short line across to the right at that point. On the right side of that ending point, I'm going to draw the outer line of his finger with a short line downwards, semi-turn across to the left, semi-turn upwards on the left corner, slightly to the right to his gauntlet. For the inner line of his arm above the gauntlet, I'm going to draw a curved line upwards on the right corner right there, turn it inwards to his elbow point, and above his elbow point, another curved line upwards and slightly to the right. And that's all for our tutorial today. I hope you enjoy it and find my lessons helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to drop your requests, suggestions, or any other comments in the comment section below. See you next time.